How's we get on, agents? This is Prakowski. Phew, that was a pretty busy exam week, I'll say. My apologies. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about top 4 episodes of Season 4 Tournaments of Elements. So before we get started, please give me a thumbs up for this video, it will mean a lot to me. And if you are new to here, please hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell below for following more videos and news coming up on this channel. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Starting at the bottom of the rank, we have episode 39, Spy for Spy, as the 4th of the rank. So after Kai, Jay, and Lloyd tell the other Elemental Masters about the aim of Chen holding this tournament, a little alliance was formed with the final 8. But soon later, the alliance was broken by Chen with lying whoever wins the tournament gets the Staff of Elements. At the same time, Nia and Derek get to sneak into Chen's island. Nia disguised as one of the Chen's kabuki in order to get Nia to Chen and Clouds and to get the spellbook later. Back to the little alliance, the ninja is suspicious that there is a spy in the alliance, but then reveals that the spy is Skylar, daughter of Chen. Meanwhile, Ko managed to find Sane, and Nia have a brief fight with Clouds before she went into the forest in Chen's island. This episode is where the path of this story split. Kai, Jay, and Lloyd survived in the tournament, Ko and Sane trying to find a way to escape, and last but not least, Nia's disguised as one of the kabuki. That actually can not only let the episode to be not so boring, but also show the diversity and the directions of how far the season can go. Even though the episodes start with 3 plots, it concludes one thing to end with 3 mystery. That is, Chen's spy is his daughter, Skylar, and he wants all the elemental powers to revive the Anaconda army. This episode includes a lot of elements of surprise. For example, as I was saying, Skylar is Chen's spy, or Ko found Sane in Chen's island. Then we have here as the second runner-up is episode 37 Versus. Well, the reason that I put this episode at this place is pretty obvious. That is the variety of fights and showcase of the Elemental Masters, and of course, the honest opinions and the brotherhood in between of Jay and Ko. The episode starts with a brief scene of Sane dreaming about seeing an ice elemental dragon. Then the episode quickly switched into scenes of the Elemental Masters fighting each other, including Baloba, Master of Nature versus Neuro, Master of Mind, Griffin Turner, Master of Speed versus Gravis, Master of Gravity, Kai, Master of Fire versus Ash, Master of Smoke, and last but not least, Jay, Master of Lightning versus Ko, Master of Earth. As I was saying, this episode shows the honest opinion and the brotherhood in between of Jay and Ko. At that time, Nia hasn't chosen Jay or Ko to be in a relationship with, so it must have been hard to all of them to talk to each other, no matter it's Jay, Ko, or Nia. This actually showed the personality, attitude, and the interactive relationship of all of them, especially for Jay and Ko. Would Jay give up Nia for Ko, or would Ko do the same for Jay? This episode have also showed the atmosphere of watching a tournament. After all, this season is called Tournament of Elements. Last but not least, as I was saying, the variety of fights and the showcase of the Elemental Masters. As Master Chen said, use it or lose it. This episode have shown how far the elemental powers can go, which have also wowed the audience and the fans. The first runner-up we have here is episode 42, The Day of the Dragon. The Day of the Dragon talk about what happened after the little victory of the ninjas and the Elemental Masters toward Master Chen. Skylar gone missing, so does Chen and Cloud. Then Kai tried to find Skylar in the island. Meanwhile, Sane is on the search of victims. Jay, Ko, Nia, Lloyd, and the Elemental Masters leave behind at the pier of Chen's island, tying up Chen's Anaconda cultists. Another plot was shown in this episode later, that is the capture of Skylar and what Chen is going to do without his Staff of Elements. Since the Staff of Elements is destroyed by Kai, Chen realized that Skylar's Amber Elemental power can help him to finish the spell he wanted as planned, as she have the same amount of elemental power as the Staff of Elements has. By that time, Skylar managed to escape out of the hands of Chen and go into the forest. Soon later, the ninjas knew what happened to Skylar via the mind connection of Nero and Skylar. All the ninjas go into the forest. In the jungle, Garmadon bumped into Clouds, his rivalry. Seeing us dug in one of the Chen's trap, Kai finds Skylar in the jungle, where Kai crashed into one of the cultists' bike. They travel to the pier by the rocket board, which Kai found in his buggy, escaping from Chen's watch. They then been captured by two of the Anacondra's cultists and taken to Chen's to finish the spell. Back into the cave, Chen has his Anaconda cultists to recite the spell and to transform into Anacondas, and that includes Skylar. Like last two episodes I mentioned, multiple plots in an episode can make the episode to become more fully rounded and in-depth at the same time. That solve a lot of mystery, questions, and controversies in our mind. And this episode have entirely managed to use this in this episode. Apart from that, the episode have also shown the intensity of the plot, where can be seen in the desperation of Kai, the deep conversation of Garmadon and Clouds, and the seriousness of what Chen is doing. Why not this episode deserve this place? The champion of the rank is episode 40, Spellbound. This episode opens up with the Elemental Masters being on the blimp of Chen. Then the Elemental Masters receive a message from Chen saying that whoever catches Nia will get the staff indefinite. The ninjas realize that they have to get to Nia before anyone other than them did. After the message ends, the bottom of the blimp opens up, letting everyone fall meters high from the ground. The blimp also provides some parachutes for the Elemental Masters to survive with, but not for Garmadon. And that results Lloyd to give his to Garmadon and ignite his Elemental Dragon out. At the same time, Cole, Zane, and the rest of the prisoners in the noodle factory of Chen are planning a way out. After the landing, Garmadon talks about his rivalry of him and Clouds back when he is under the training of Chen and events happened 40 years ago in the First 17 War. At the same time, Elemental Masters like Shadow and Pellman are being hunted down by the Anaconda cultists, showing the plan of Chen that he wants to hunt down the Elemental Masters, but not Nia. Kai found Skylar and accompanied her later in the episode. And Jay bumped into Clouds while finding Nia and have a mech fight with Clouds. Nia then run away for help. Skylar accidentally used the elemental power of ice when helping Kai to find his sister, hinting that she is the spy. Until then, it was too late. Chen already spotted both of them and hunted them down already, and that left to Lloyd, Nia, and Garmadon that haven't been hunted down. Eventually, Nia found Lloyd and tell him about the spell that Chen is going to put. Garmadon realized that the spell is to transform into Anaconda. I would say all the things happened in this episode is unexpected. It is like playing chess. We never expect an opponent's next move, and that's the comments that I will use to describe this episode. This episode also featured multiple plots and opens up more dark mysterious on what Chen is going to do. The intensity and the seriousness of this episode is high, the proportion of each and every plot is equal, and the feature of this episode is a lot more than I expected. And based on the criteria of what I mentioned, this episode definitely deserved the champion of this rank. And that's pretty much all I've got in my mind. Top 4 episodes of Season 4 Torments of Elements. What do you think? Which episode is your favorite one? Comment down below. If you have any ideas, suggestions, or problems to make, you can contact me with email, Twitter, or Instagram. And see you later, alligator.